Hello everyone. This is our last video, which is the group discussion video 6, and we are from LAX2047 Poetic Society, and we are from the group 14, consists of 6 members. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Eng Kah Yang. My metric number is 196105. I'm studying environmental science and technology in the Faculty of Forestry and Environment. And nice to meet you all.
Hi, my name is Chong Jiin Hao, and my matrix number is 196619. I'm currently a third-year student studying Bachelor of Environmental Science and Technology from Faculty of Forestry and Environment. Thank you.
Hey everyone, my name is Yew Jun Huo. My matrix number is 196651, and I'm currently studying Bachelor of Environmental Science and Technology in the Faculty of Forestry and Environment. And nice to meet you all. Yeah.
Hi everyone, my name is Luqman Hakim bin Musa, and my metric number is 192443. I'm a final year student from Bachelor of Computer and Communication Systems Engineering, Faculty of Engineering. Nice to meet everyone.
Yeah, hello. My name is Ahmad Mujibur bin Hamzah. My metric number is 201314. I'm studying Bachelor of Science Forestry, and my faculty is Faculty of Forestry and Environment. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ammar Wahid, and my metric number 201315. And currently, I'm in my second year studying in Bachelor Science Forestry in the same faculty as Rahman, Faculty of Forestry and Environmental. Thank you.
Okay, thank you to everyone for your introduction. This is our last video, and this video is aimed to discuss the previous 4 poems we recite recently. So, do any one of you have any opinions, like which poem you think the best, or which topic do you prefer?
I will start first. For me, right, I would prefer the last poem that we did we did before, because we have a COVID-19 and then the compared with poverty, right? You can see COVID-19 actually bring a lot of impact. So poverty actually is one of the impact caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. So I would say poverty is more closest to everyone. That's why we need to look into the problem. It's like the problem existing from the before until right now. Although don't have any pandemic, the poverty problem still exists in the country right now, I would say. That's why our governments recently, they have a lot of initiative to help the poverty people, right? So as a university student, we need to start looking into what kind of initiative you can bring value to them. Like we can do volunteering or any initiative, do our own initiative to help them. Like, yeah, that's my point of it. Yeah. Thank you.
Can I give my opinion?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, for my opinion, for the topic, I think I choose coronavirus. But as for the poem, I think the last poem that is about poverty by Jane Taylor is a really good poem because of the higher level of English language that she used. But I think because I choose the topic of coronavirus, coronavirus is a global issue right now. So because of that, it will cause more thing, more issue compared to that will lead to poverty, suffering, and more. So that is why I choose coronavirus for the topic. But why I choose the poem of poverty by Jane Taylor, because of it's language that she used. That is for my opinion.
Rahman, may I know which point are you choosing? Is it the first one or second one? The coronavirus, we have two, right?
Oh, Corona is for the second one that is wrote by you guys.
Okay, thank you, Rahman. May I say what my opinion?
Sure, sure.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I'll go a little back a bit. Let's look back on all the previous poems. So the first poem by the first group is "And People Stay at Home" by Kathleen O'Meara. I think I like the poem, just like all of the poems that we have recited. Nothing too complex. It portrays exactly what is happening right now during the COVID pandemic. And even though it is written more than 120 years ago, it describes that people they face the same problem. There are lots of they have to change their way of life, just like we are doing right now. For example, right now we are wearing face masks and sanitizers, follow all of the standard operating procedures, etc., etc. And moving on to the second poem, wrote by the second group on coronavirus. I enjoyed it. Nothing too fancy, simple. Yet it is able to explain the message of what is coronavirus, what it is, how it spread, and what it does to us. And you guys, the one who group two who wrote the poem, also describe how to get away, how to prevent from getting the coronavirus. And moving on to poverty, I enjoy the poem by Marinella Reka on poverty in 2011. It like the previous poem, it managed to convey the message of what poverty is. It portrayed the example of poverty and also give advice on people to help the ones in need. And for the last poem, by who is it? By Jane Taylor, the same title, Poverty. It's like an extension, or it's like the previous poem, but it extended a little bit. It gives a little bit more detail, and it used a little bit higher level of English compared to all the previous poem. And I think because of this, it connects the readers, the listeners more to the poem rather than compared to all of the previous poem. It's a very beautiful poem. I like it, and I think I have to vote "Poverty" by Jane Taylor as my favorite. That's all for me. Next person, please.
Okay, thank you, Luqman. So for me, right, actually every poem I like it very much, but because for both topics, the poverty and the virus, which under the diseases, actually they are both exist with human. Human exist, therefore the virus and the poverty exist too. So but talking about the poems, I like the first poem and the last poem. The first poem is written in the 1869 because it shows that the situation in history never changed. Like in 1869, they faced the same thing when they have the virus. In 2021, we also face the same thing. So this poem, for me, it has how to say, across the time now. It never owes the poem never owes. And then for the last poem, it described the situations of poverty very clear and simple for me. If you ignore the difficult part of the poem, it shows that very clear in my mind. I still remember the poem like, oh, the children have nothing to eat, and then they ask their mother after give them have no food too. So it gives me a very strong impression and strong sympathy towards the poor people, because this thing may happens every day for them, and we may even not realize it. And yeah, that's all from me. Thank you very much.
So, in my opinion, the theme that we choose for us to do for this LAX is the COVID-19 and the pandemic. It can be say that this two is quite, it can be connected and either cannot be connected, also related. But now currently, because of the COVID-19, it make the poverty become more worse. So I prefer the poem which is the last one, that the poverty that recite by Jane Taylor, because like more like yeah, just now Kah Yang just say that it's more deep impressed, deep describing the life of a single family. It can be quite related to us, and for me, so I think for me to have to work for the good, the best one for the poem for us in this leg is the last one for me, and the poverty that recite by Jane Taylor. So how about the Ammar?
All right, thank you, Jin Hao. So for me, the base poem that I want to choose is same as Jin Hao. That is by Jane Taylor, Poverty. Because why? The writer or the poet express it their emotion very nice. As you guys remember, she explained that she sad because she saw an old cottage that family live in there, and they were hungry. They have no food. That the children back run to their mother asking for bread. So for me, the writer and the poet express their emotion through this medium more easily as they face the difficulty when expressing something. Do you guys understand it? So it's also from this poem. It's also for me. It also teach teach me as a moral lesson. So for the unfortunate, for the fortunate like us, care for the unfortunate. That's that's why I choose the Poverty by Jane Taylor. That doesn't mean the other poem is not good. As said, uh, as said, as Jin Hao said, the connection, the coronavirus and the poverty are linked to each other, which mean because of the pandemic, the poverty increased, and before pandemic also we also has poverty. Poverty is way earlier before the from the pandemic, because the poverty is a long-term problem. Can I say in that word, the long-term problem? That's why the government give give help like bring bantuan and so on. For me, that's all for me. I choose the best poem for me is Poverty by Jane Taylor. That's all for me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. And I suddenly I have another point to add. Like, because we're doing this video in week 8, like we in the previous videos, we did the poverty videos during the fasting month, the Ramadan. So it quite fits up, because the meaning of Ramadan is to let the Muslims to understand how the poor people feeling, how they are hunger. So it's quite related lah, both emotionally and according to the time, because we can have this poem as an education materials with its beautiful languages during this meaningful month. How about you all?
Yeah, I agree with Kah Yang said just now. Yeah.
Okay, so Rahman, do you want to add something?
I just like to say that I agree with your point because of the Ramadan things. Just that.
Okay, thank you very much, Rahman. Can we make a conclusion now?
Yeah, we can make. Yeah.
Yeah. So all of us agree that the last poem, which is the Poverty by Jane Taylor, is our favorite, the best, the favorite poems of throughout these LAX activities. Just like Ammar said that this doesn't mean that other poems are not good, but this poem really fits our taste and the current issues as well. So I think this is the end of our LAX activities for these 8 weeks, and I very hope that we can do it in the next LAX activity another time. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Thank you,
you. Thank you,
everyone.
everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Stay safe.